guys. We just got done with practice, so one more day, and then we'll get to play Texas. So super excited for our guys. Number one, for our fans, the town of Greenville, East Carolina University, to be able to host a Super Regional against a very, very quality opponent in Texas.
Okay, we will go to questions. Then we'll go to Andrew.
Cliff, Andrew Schnicker with the Wilson Times. Just looking at Bryson Worrell and what he's done for this team this year, how important has he been, and what do you think has allowed him to have such a successful season?
It's been huge for us. I said this a lot after this past weekend that, he had an opportunity to sign as a free agent last year for, around $20,000.
Can I record this?
And I told him that I didn't think he should sign, for $20,000. I think he should come back. And he says, I don't think I should sign for that either. So he made that decision. I said, let's come back and do something special. And everybody wants to know, like, hey, what's different with him? In reality, he's healthy this year, which last year he wasn't. He's grown up a whole lot just mentally. The leadership he has provided to a lot of our players, but especially the younger guys, helping JC and others just continue to mature and understand how to navigate a college season. He's a glue guy, not only just a really good player.
If I could ask a follow-up, just how have you seen him grow from his start with the program to now?
Oh, man, it's light years apart. His freshman year, and I can laugh about it now, he had to have an accountability partner. Basically, he would have to follow, I think, Andrew Hendrickson, who was a senior outfielder around, and do his early hitting with him, throw with him. I told him, said, hey, if he goes to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom when he goes, just to, help him out from a work ethic standpoint. So now I don't have to worry about that. He's on the other side helping younger guys.
Okay, Joe Cook.
Hey, Coach, Joe Cook with Inside Texas. Just curious, what you've seen from your scouting report on Pete Hansen, the guy probably going Friday, and then also Tristan Stevens, one of Texas' main bullpen guys.
I'm gonna disappoint you. You don't know me very well, but I haven't looked at their stuff yet. I'll start doing that tomorrow, and I'll get up. I'm an early riser, so I'll get up really early Friday morning, so it's fresh on my mind and get my notes together. But I know they're good arms. I don't know it specifically. I haven't looked at their stuff and to be able to navigate that stuff yet. So sorry that I don't have those answers for you.
Okay, Aaron Beard.
Hey, Coach. I have sort of a broader question dealing with the regionals and offense. We saw an offense across the country, but in the regionals, a lot of games with 15 and 20 runs. You guys had one with 17. I'm curious, can you explain why the offensive numbers seem to be surging across the college game, especially?
I have a couple thoughts, but I really don't know for sure. So I'm going to keep those thoughts to myself. So somebody posted somewhere, hey, Godwin says this. I have to probably get some data from a lot of different places. I have no idea. I really don't. What the difference is. Maybe, part of it could be that there's more older players that are talented because of the shortened draft that have seen a lot of college pitching. Bryson's been in our program for 5 years, so he's seen a lot of different arms and stuff. So, but I really probably don't have an answer for you.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go back to Stephen Igo.
All right, can you hear me this time?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I got it figured out. Do you know who you will start Friday, or is that something that will be determined in the coming days?
Mayhew's going to start on Friday.
And then as a follow-up to that, or after that, is it kind of the same deal as you guys have handled it all season in terms of, everybody will ask about a game 2 starter. Was it just based upon what happens Friday, you go from there?
Yeah, whoever we don't use in a max capacity role will be available to be that number 2 starter.
Okay, Patrick Mason.
Hey, Coach. Before the regional, you just said your team was relaxed and just almost kind of playing with house money. And does that sort of feeling continue into the Super Regional? And do you like kind of having that feel around your team?
Well, it's that way because we were 14 or 13, and all you guys said that we were awful and we would never make a postseason run. So they've been playing playoff baseball since our 28th game, and that's been neat. You know, I don't tell them not to dogpile. I don't tell them to dogpile. They've made those decisions amongst themselves, and it really has, for the first time in my head coaching career, been a player-led team. We feed them information. The players take that information and go with it. So I do still feel like we're playing with house money because nobody's, thought we were going to be any good this year at the beginning of the season. So they could have very well played with pressure after the 20-game win streak was broken. But I knew when we took BP on Monday that we were going to play really well. I didn't know we were going to win, but I knew we were going to play really well because of their mental capacity, the way they were bouncing around the field. I said, hey, we're gonna be engaged, and it's gonna be tough to beat us at home today.
Okay, we'll go back to Joe Cook.
Coach, I know Texas has a guy like Ivan Melendez who's probably going to be an All-American candidate. Since you faced someone, I guess, similar to him, like Tommy White, a couple of times when y'all faced NC State this season, do you kind of use that approach, or is Ivan a different player that you have to use a different approach with?
We're going to do everything in our power not to let him beat us, but they've got some really good players around him, so you can't just take those guys lightly by any means. So, but we're going to try to not let him beat us.
Okay, we have any other questions for Coach? Okay, we'll go back to Stephen Igo.
Coach, you guys once again get a pretty quick turnaround for the Super Regional, but how nice is it at least to not be traveling this year and at least being able to stay in town?
Oh, it's way better. I mean, we played, at least this year, we played on Monday at 1, where we were playing that night game on Monday night against Campbell a few years ago, and then had to go on the road. So it's way easier when you don't have to get on the flight after playing a long regional series. So I think our guys will be way more rested than we were that first practice at Louisville, when we broke the huddle and those guys ran on the field. I was like, oh God, this ain't going to be good. Burley was like dragging his legs out to the outfield. So no, we're in good shape, and we're just excited to be at home.
Patrick Johnson.
Thank you, Malcolm. Coach, a couple of questions. You've played in a Super Regional. The last time it was in North Carolina and hosted by ECU, though beating Kinston. What are the experiences as far as what you can relay to the guys, if anything, kind of what to expect, even though it wasn't in the same ballpark, fairly close, but just some memories, I guess, from that lead up to that Super?
Well, Patrick, that was a long time ago, but no, it's no different than hosting a regional, in my opinion. And what I mean by that is as far as the atmosphere. Obviously, it's just one team. It's the best 2 out of 3. The format's different, but the excitement level, the fans, the crowd, I mean, it's going to be, hopefully even a little bit better than it was on Saturday night against UVA. But it speaks to that love. You just got to make sure you're loud on the field so you can communicate, you can hear one another.
And just a quick follow-up, obviously you stay in touch with a lot of your teammates and a lot of Pirates from the LeClaire era. I'm sure you've gotten a lot of messages from them. What are you hearing from some of your old teammates?
I mean, everybody's excited. I mean, look, if you played baseball at East Carolina and we're having the opportunity to host a Super Regional in Greenville, North Carolina, at Clark LeClaire Stadium for the first time, I mean, how could you not be excited? So that's one of the coolest things since I've been able to be the head coach here for 8 years. You've got the group of guys that I played with, and of course, guys in between that and when I became the head coach here. But to run around the jungle and see Sam Lanier and Tyler Smith and Cam Colmore, Matt Bridges, of course, Chad Tracy is, spending the night with me, and John Williamson's coming down. I mean, hell, Eric Backage and Nick Schnall, I don't know if they're going to be able to make it this weekend, but they're going to try to. So it's awesome for, so many guys want to come back and just be a part of it. And that's what the ECU baseball family is about.
Okay, is there any other questions for Coach Godwin this afternoon? Okay, Coach, thank you for your time. We'll see you tomorrow at the field.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.